What's up, YouTubers? This is Harpy Hunter 89 coming at you from the Duelist Den. Today I will be displaying, as I'm sure you can tell, my Igknight deck profile. This deck is not fully complete. I don't have all the cards for it yet, but I am getting them soon. But I wanted to go ahead and post my profile, and this is the post November 9th ban list, and post Dimension of Chaos and all that good stuff. So let's jump right into this. First, I run anyway, 3 Igknight calibers. You really want to run 3 of all the Igknights. And they're all normal pendulum monsters. And what I mean by that is they're pendulum monsters, but when they're monsters on the field, they have no effects. And all the Igknights have the same effects. It's if you have an Igknight card in your other pendulum zone, you can destroy both cards in your pendulum zone. And if you do, add 1 fire warrior type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So all the Igknights have the same effects, but so you want to run all 3 of them, or all of them, or 3 copies of all of them anyway. But you got 3 Gallants, 3. I believe this is in the OCG it's Uzi, in the TCG it's Cavalier, I think it is. 3 veterans. In the OCG it's the Ranger, but in the TCG it's veterans. 3 Magrov. 3 Templars. 3 Paladins. 3 Crusaders. And 3 Squires. That's all the Igknight monsters that they have. Your main beaters are going to be Veteran and Gallant. They're the 2 strongest attack point monsters. If you notice the pattern with all the Igknights, you have 2 level 6s, 1 for attack, 1 for defense, 2 level 5s, 1 for attack, 1 for defense, and the same with the level 4 and level 3s. One of them's attack strength, one of them's defense strength. But with this deck, you can go into real easy Xyz plays for rank 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. So it makes this deck very, very versatile and very hard to get around. Next, I run anyway, 1 Rescue Hamster. This card, you can banish this card from your Pendulum Zone, add 2 face-up Pendulum monsters with the same name from your extra deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Rescue Hamster once per duel. And its monster effect is, during the turn this card was normal summoned, if you have a face-up level 5 or lower Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can tribute this card to choose 1 level 5 or lower Pendulum monster in your extra deck, and special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that card, but their effects are negated, also they are destroyed during the end phase. I have never used that effect, really. Hamster's in here just to get 2 Pendulums from my extra deck. Next are on 2 Jinzos. I teched in Jinzos mainly because traps can destroy this deck, especially stuff like Mirror Force and Bottomless and shit like that. So I usually try to get a Jinzo on the field as quickly as I possibly can, just to shut down the traps and allow me to go into my OTKs. Obviously, 3 Royal Magical Libraries. Every time you activate a spell card, this gets a counter on it, and you remove 3 counters to draw a card, so it lets you cycle through your deck a lot faster. And in my personal opinion, it's kind of a necessity in Igknights, because if you have 2 Igknights on the field in your pendulum zones, you get rid of both of them and get 1 Igknight to your hand. Then you activate that 3rd Igknight, and then you draw off a Royal Magical Library to get another Igknight. Then I run 3 Upstart Goblins. This is a draw power. You really want to run a bunch of draw spells in this, especially with Royal Magical Library on the field, just in case you can't draw, or just in case you draw a Rescue Hamster or a Jinzo, and you don't draw into that Igknight you need off of Royal Magical Library. 2 Pot of Riches. I only run 2 in the deck because if you run an odd number of these in your deck, you're going to wind up having an extra Igknight that you can't really use for Pendulum Summons. So you can use one of them to get 3 7 scales, and the other get 3 2 scales, or any combination, like one to get 2 7 scales and a 2 scale, and then one to get 2 2 scales and a 7 scale. It's just to keep your Igknights evened out. 3 Chicken Games, obviously more draw draw potential, and 3 Ignition Phoenixes. This gives all your Ignites 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you and target Ignite card you control, destroy it, and if you do, add an Ignite card from your deck to your hand. This is a searcher for the deck. I only run 2, primarily because that's really all you need in the deck, especially if you're running Chicken Game. Now, you can run 3 of these and then Ignite Reload or something like that, but I prefer running the 3 Chicken Games and the 3 Ignition Phoenix. Is just because if I can't get my plays off, Chicken Game can protect me from attacks as well. For the extra deck, the rank 3s, I run Wind Up Zen Mains. This is a good stall card, if you can't get a ton of Ignites in your extra deck, you can at least get a couple level 3s and Pendulum Summon out. 1 Mech-Equipped Engineer. This card's in there just in case your opponent manages to summon something, then get over your big old beaters like the Ranger and Gallant, or Veteran and Gallant, I mean. 1 Shark Caesar. This is actually really good because you can summon 5 level 3s from your extra deck if you do it right, and get 5 materials attached to Shark Caesar. What Shark Caesar does is once per turn you detach an Xyz material and place 1 shark counter on this card. If this card attacks or is attacked, it gains 1,000 attack for each shark counter on it during the damage step only. So you can potentially turn this into a 6,800 beater if you can protect it well enough. And for my last rank 3, I run number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Again, this is just, a card that boosts its own attack just to get over your opponent's shit. For rank 4s, I run a Gaga Cowboy. Enough said with that. I run Degusto Emerald. This is to get Ignites from your graveyard back into your deck so you can use them again. Number 82, Heartland Draco. What this card does is if you have a face-up spell on the field, it can't be targeted for attacks. Then once per turn, you detach a material, and it can attack your opponent directly. Since all your pendulums are spells, that works really well because odds are you're always going to have a spell on the field, so it can't be attacked. Number 101, Silent Honor Arc. Obviously, I don't think there's a duelist out there that doesn't know what Arc does and how good it is. And for last rank 4, I run Dark Rebellion and Xyz Dragon. Again, this is just an attack booster to help with my OTKs and shit like that. For my rank 5s, I run number 61, Volcanosaurus. This card's really good because if your opponent has a big old beater that you can't really swing over, you can just flat out destroy it and then deal damage to your opponent with Volcanosaurus. I run Adreus, Keeper of Armageddon. Again, this is just to destroy your opponent's shit. And this doesn't work on monsters alone, any face-up card. So if they got a face-up trap or face-up spell, you can use it against them. Tiaras, Keeper of Genesis. This card's effect states it can only be applied or resolved while it's Xyz material, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy that target. During each of your end phases, detach 1 Xyz material. So it doesn't work on just the face-up cards, this works on any card, but you have to attack with it. For my rank 6s, I run Hazy Flame Ball Strife. Again, just like Shark Caesar, it's real easy to get 5 level 5s on the field with this deck. And all your Ignites are fire monsters, so Ball Strife works real good in this. Its effect states that once per turn, you detach 1 Xyz material from this to target 1 monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard and banish that target. This card gains effects based on the number of materials attached to it. 3 or more, this card gains 200 attack and defense for each material attached to it. So if you got 500, or if you got all 5 materials, that's 1,000 extra attack, bringing up to a 3,500 attack point beater. If it has 4 or more, it cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. And if it has 5 or more, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So this has all sorts of built-in protection and attack boosting power. Next, I run a Swordbreaker. This card works real great against stuff like Performer Mages, which are all spellcasters, or Cosmos, which are psychics and machines. Stuff that is, or decks that are type-based, like Masked Heroes and shit like that. This works real well against mainly because of what its effect does. It says once per turn, you detach one Xyz material from this card to declare one monster type. This card gains the following effect. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a monster of that type that has been declared, destroy that monster. So, prime example, Cosmos. There's psychic types and machine types in the deck. So you use this effect to detach material and declare psychic types. So every time this battles a psychic type monster, it's destroyed with an effect. Then during the next turn, you detach a material again, declare machine types. Well, that pretty much shuts down Cosmos. Next, for the last rank 6, I run Photon Strike Bouncer. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, you detach one material from this to negate the effect, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So this just pretty much shuts your opponent's effects down for a couple turns. For the side deck, I run the full Exodia set. I know what you're saying. Well, why don't you just run it in main board? I could if I wanted to, but I decided to, like, for game 1, go into the OTK just so I can find out what my opponent's playing and then beat them straight out. And then if they find a way to slow down my OTK, then I'll slide in the Exodia pieces just to throw them off their guard and make them think that I'm doing something that I'm not. I run one magical Abductor. This I usually side in and take a Moral Magical Library out for, and what this does is its pendulum effect is each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card. When that spell card resolves, and once per turn you remove 3 spell counters to add a pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. Well, I don't really use that effect. The effect I use is this monster effect. It's each time a spell card is activated, place a spell counter on this card. When that spell card resolves, it gains 100 attack for each spell counter on it, and once per turn you remove 3 spell counters to add a level 1 spellcaster type from your deck to your hand. I only side this in if I put in my Exodia cards, mainly because it's a sort of like Royal Magical Library, but it only searches out spellcasters, and all 4 of your Exodia extremities, both the arms and the legs, are level 1 spellcasters. So it can search those out real easy just to get them out of your deck and give you more space to actually draw into your Igknight pendulums. Next, I run Rengeki and 2 Dark Holes. This is great to just clear the field and make way for your OTKs if your opponent manages to do a lot of summons. 3 MSTs. This is used to get rid of, everybody knows what MST is. I think it's a good tech option for pretty much any deck. And then 3 Imperial Iron Walls. This works real great because, you don't want your Igknights banished. So if your opponent runs a deck that banishes shit, you really want to tech this in. But that's my Igknight deck profile. Let me know what you think about it in the comment box below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about this channel. I need those subscribers. If I can get up to 100 subscribers, I'll start doing more pack giveaways again. Unfortunately, my previous pack giveaways have not been getting the call that I want. But if I can get the 100 subscribers that I'm looking for right now, then I'll start doing pack giveaways again. But until next time, this is Harpy Hunter 89 signing off.